Welcome back to day 16 of our Lent readings for 2025, looking at the Psalms, and today it's Psalm 73, which is a longer psalm than some we've had, so we're going to read the first 12 verses and then jump to verses 23 to 26. Surely God is good to Israel, to those who are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet almost slipped. I nearly lost my foothold. For I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They have no struggles, their bodies are healthy and strong. They're free from common human burdens. They're not plagued by human ills. Their pride is their necklace. They clothe themselves with violence. From their callous hearts comes iniquity. Their evil imaginations have no limits. They scoff and speak with malice. With arrogance they threaten oppression. Their mouths lay claim to heaven, and their tongues take possession of the earth. Therefore their people turn to them and drink up waters in abundance. They say, "How would God know? Does the Most High know anything?" This is what the wicked are like, always free of care. They go on amassing wealth. Then jump into verse 23. Yet I am always with you. You hold me by my right hand. You guide me with your counsel. And afterwards you will take me into glory. Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. A fellow church leader once told me of a story about being invited to a school reunion. While there, he met a former classmate he hadn't seen for 20 years. He inquired what they'd done since leaving school. Their reply went something like this. "After leaving school, I joined the army and ended up as a commando in the Falklands, where I received a George Medal for rescuing 4 colleagues single-handed. On leaving the army, I started up a property company, which I sold after 5 years for 30 million and bought some land in Zimbabwe, which turned out to have gold on it. So I started a mining company and we made loads of money before it was nationalised by the government and we had to leave the country with just the clothes we were wearing. I came back to England and set up an internet company, finding property abroad for investors, which has just floated on the market for 55 million. Now I work 2 days a week and spend the rest of the time with my wife and 4 children between our London apartment and our Scottish estate. What about you?" All he could reply was, "I lead a church on the south coast of England." He wanted to say, "I lead a mega church that's grown from 0 to 2,000 in 3 years, that had opened a school and an orphanage, and their services were broadcast across Europe." But none of that would have been true. Some people live amazing lives, and often they seem to have no connection with God whatsoever. That is the experience recorded in Psalm 73. The author looks at those around him and their lives and becomes dissatisfied with his own. He wants what they have. Right at the start, in verse 3, he confesses that he envied the prosperity and the arrogance of the wicked, to the point where his faith nearly stumbled, saying in verse 2, "My foot nearly slipped." He spends the next 17 verses focusing on the wicked, before acknowledging in verses 21 and 2 that it became a distraction that caused him to become bitter and ignorant. Then he came to his senses and realized that he had something far more valuable. The Lord was with him and was always with him. He ends up expressing one of the great declarations of praise in the Psalms. "Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." There is nothing in this temporary world that can compare to knowing the Lord of all eternity. Jesus reminds us of this in Matthew 6, part of the Sermon on the Mount, when he tells us, "Do not store up for yourselves treasure on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, where the thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Till next time, have a blessed day.